everybody, and welcome back to the next round of Gr4 at Catalunya. Hope everybody is well today. Good afternoon, Jay. Congrats on your P1. Hello, Hippie. How you doing? Should be a very interesting one today. As we see Joker going around the track at the moment. Good, thanks, Hippie. I am good. Had a nice sleep, etc, etc, back. Ready to rock and or roll. Afternoon, Rob. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, probably the same with me, Hippie. I just have not got on with Catalunya since I've gotten to the wheel at all. Don't know what it is, but hey, who knows. Afternoon, Kazi. Good to see you, buddy. Well, to be honest, I don't get enough of it, so that's probably why I feel a bit better today. And I plan on doing the same thing over the next couple of days and actually getting some sleep for a change. But hey ho. See Joker peel into the pits. Let's have a look at the other races out on track so far. We have Rocket Man in, I believe, no, he hasn't got his updated livery on because there was an excellent livery that that Rocket Man had on that showed us earlier in the week even on Discord, and it was lovely. Afternoon, Cordell. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I mean, of course, Jay, zero practice. Come on. That's like staple around here. We see Jack sliding it into T1, pushing that Porsche to the limits as we are almost ready to go to qualifying very soon. And we have Rocketman's teammates in the form of Wrighton, both of them doing very well last time out at Monza. Hopefully they can replicate that this weekend. So I believe somebody else is overtaking there. Who is it? Who is it? Who can I see? Who can I see? I see JD there. Repping them again. Somebody else has gone across the line there as well. Foxy in the other McGann, who will be Sean's teammate for this weekend. See Racer in the other Ferrari as well. Revving Cars for Kids. Kazi in the other Cars for Kids. Livery in the other Ferrari. We have Rob again in the Porsche, who was Jack's teammate again. Sorry if you keep flipping my mic on and off. I'm trying to get rid of something in my throat at the moment. And we also have Sean, who is sitting in the pits, and of course both Racers Edge Racing lads of Gemini and Guard. We also have Hippie in the ever pink and purple Ferrari as well. Yo Josh, buddy, how you doing? Good to see you today, and don't worry about it, mate. Oh yeah, because what I'll just do is I'll just rip it out my entire system. I'll just grab my throat, just rip it out, and that'll sort that problem right out. Say, Josh, you don't want to say that in an airport. Keep it on some of the Razor's Edge boys. Afternoon, Travis. Well, I guess it's evening for you right now, so evening, Travis. Good to see you in the stream, buddy. In all fairness, Josh, I am really liking your idea of me just ripping out my own throat at the moment. It seems to be the best option to go for at the moment, because it's not budging whatever it is. I guess that counts as morning. I guess that technically counts as morning. A lot of very good handling cars. I think this might be a course which lives up to the Porsche. I think the Porsche is probably going to be a good car around this track. Very good handling car is the Porsche, but it's not as slow on the straight as the Megane. But I'll have to wait and see how it develops. So see a bunch of people actually diving into the pits now to change off of their medium tyres to switch onto a pair of softs. Looks like we're going to have a lot of mixed strategies here in this race so far. No probs, Josh. Thanks for hopping in, and hope to see you on track again real soon. So see the sweeping corners there. Very tricky first section this, don't get it just right, you do have the very big risk of running wide. So see the guy who is currently leading the pack at the moment, who will be the first to cross the line, would be the professor himself, Mr. Gad Gaming. Big slide from Gad as he goes through the S's there. To see Sean behind them just in the background as well, making headway, a lot of headway on that as well. Hammering down the back straight here, hard in the braking zone. Lovely apex there from Gad. Coming around this final sector here, just clipping the curb a little bit too much, just back end stepping out a little bit there. Coming into the chicanes of death. Lovely line there by Gad, power right out onto the exit, around the last corner. On and run up to the line. What kind of time will he put down? The benchmark to beat is a 1:52 dead. Good time by Gad. Let's see what the other guys coming across the line have to say. Sean goes quicker with a 51.9 and also beats Jay out as well. JD coming across the line in the other Megane with a 1:51.6. Just securing top spot for the moment as the other guys come across the line to start some of their flying laps, who will be the next ones to join them. Looks like a bunch of these other guys will now be on their first flying laps after coming into the pits. Let's have a look at one of them now. Foxy now on the racing soft tyres. Jack just following in behind him, maybe trying to use a bit of slipstream from in front, as we see Kazi in this little pack as well. A lovely purple sector from Foxy here, and Jack following very closely here. Might prove very effective for him. Jack having an excellent line through there, he's right on the back of Foxy here. Oh, you see Kazi just going a little bit wide through some of the S's there in front. Maybe just lost a tenth or so going through that bit of sector there. Foxy and Jack on fire coming through this little sector. Ooh, might maybe a tiny tap there from Jack coming into the braking zone, but it hasn't done them any harm. So they round the final few corners into the last sector. So see Gad now as well coming around the last corner to set his next flying lap. Will he improve at all? He does not. A very consistent lap by Gad, but not what you'd want there. See JD coming across the line now. Manages to go quicker, extending his lead at the top with the 151.4. Good lap by Jay there. But as we see, Foxy coming across the line there. Kazzy with a 150.7, Foxy with a 151.3, Jack with a 150.9, and Rob going quickest out of anybody with a 150.4 to beat Kazzy and Jack in their laps. Racer comes across the line with a 152.1, Wright comes across the line with a 52.2, and Rocket Man also comes across the line to put him into provisional 4th place with a 151.3. Excellent times here by all of the guys so far, and very close at the top. A lot of great times with some drivers breaking into the 151, 150s already. And that is the standard to beat here. So you can see Jack has managed to pass Foxy on this lap. They don't want to war too much though, as they will lose a lot of time in the long run. See still a couple of people still remaining in the pits there. Joker is now on his fine lap, and well, what can you expect from that here? Hippie is also out on track, so we'll be seeing a bunch of qualifying times coming in on this lap. Let's have a quick look back down the field. Gad pulling into the pits. That looks like his qualifying session will be over for the time being. To see Kazzy now coming around the final chicane. JD coming across the line, improving his time, puts him provisional 4th place. Good lap by JD there. And a great time by Kazzy there, beating out Rob by 6 thousandths of a second there. Excellent lap by Kazzy to put him in 1st place. Jack and Foxy don't seem to improve in the minute. Racer comes across the line and improves to 151.9. Ryan improves massively, putting him in the provisional 4th place to 151 dead as well. No other improvements from the rest of the guys so far. Very good showing for Rob and Jack so far, bringing up 2nd and 3rd place. Bit of a gap between the two teammates, but a solid 2nd and 3rd position for the moment. Will any of the other drivers be able to challenge that here today? We'll have to wait and see. And strategy looks like it will play a big part during this race, as a lot of these guys will be starting on the medium tyres and not the softs. Jack just going a bit wide, maybe losing a bit of time as he clips the sand, coming into the fast right-hander there. Joker comes across the line with his first flying lap at 150.7, putting him into provisional 3rd place. Joker looking to carry on his success from last week's Super Formula race and puts that McGann into 3rd position for the moment. The highest of the McGann runners. And we see the top 3 for the moment is 3 different manufacturers of cars. We have Kazzy in the Ferrari, who is coming across the line now. Will he improve at all? He does improve with a 150.2, just to put him slightly further ahead of Rob behind him, who comes across the line and doesn't manage to improve quite yet, and Joga in the McGann as well. So we see a completely different top 3 worth of cars. Racer improves as well, just to put him up into 9th place, but then Gemini pips him back with a 159.6, just beating out him by a 10th, puts Gemini into provisional 9th place. Hippie comes across with his first flying lap and then also beats out Jay and Racer to coming provisional 9th place for the moment as well. Looks like these guys will be getting one more lap each. Some of these guys might squeak in an extra lap, but it's going to be very close coming across the line. Who will have timed this to perfection? That remains to be seen. All these guys very, very closely packed together here. As you can see by the mini-map, a lot of cars very close together on these qualifying laps, as Hippie decides to call it quits and dives back into the pits for maybe a change of strategy here. You see Rob not managing to be as quick on this lap, and is down coming into the final sector, rounding the very tricky long hairpin. Leaps off the final chicane. JD sets a quicker lap time with a 1:51 dead, puts him into provisional 6th place. Gad comes across the line as well to improve his time with the 1:51.447. That just puts him ahead of Hippie by 0.03 of a second there. Wrighton also improves his time dramatically and becomes the second fastest Ferrari driver on track at the moment and puts him into provisional 3rd place, and he also gets an additional lap here. Looks like one person at the back there doesn't manage to get over the timing line just quick enough there. You can see all the rest of the guys still have one more lap remaining though. Let's see if I can find out who it was coming across the line. And unfortunately it was Racer who just misses out on his final lap there and will stay highest in 12th place there. See a bunch of these guys coming to the final sector now. Not too many improvements so far. Good consistent laps by Kazi. Oh, another 1:50.2 just shy off of his quickest time. Looks like Wrighton's really pushing it now though as he sets another purple sector. Slightly ahead of his both quickest time coming into the final sector of course. So you can see a few guys coming around the final corner here. Looks like Sean doesn't manage to improve on his final lap. JD comes across the line. Will he manage to improve? He does with a 1:50.8, putting him into 5th place provisionally. Looks like Wrighton comes across the line there as well. Not managed to improve. Sorry, Wrighton is coming across round the final corner now. Will he manage to improve his lap time? Comes around the final corner. No, not quite. The 1:51. His last sector lacking there. Foxy managing to improve his time to move him up into 7th place. That will put him in very good stead in that McGann off of the start line there. And the rest of the guys not managing to improve their laps here. Kazi coming out on pole yet again in that Ferrari. Very good job from him. Rob in 2nd place. Really in amongst the pack there. Oh, you can only imagine if he had had a clean section of track, he might have been able to go slightly quicker, but who knows. Wrighton with a very good last lap, putting him into 3rd place. Joker in 4th, not managing to get too many laps together, but still coming in 4th place to the highest placing McGann on the circuit so far. JD just behind him in 5th place. Jack in 6th, Foxy in 7th, Rockin' Man in 8th, Gad in 9th, Hippie in 10th, Gemini in 11th, Racer in 12th, and Sean in 13th place. So we line up for the starting grid here. Who will have the best jump off the line here? Remember, the McGanns are very quick off the start line. Who will have the quickest time here? There's the starting lights, and away we go. Looks like there's a monster start from JD there, launching that McGann off the line really well. Looks to take a more outside position there. As you can see, Rob just holding his inside line there. Will he be able to challenge coming into the first corner? Not quite. Kazi gets a bit he does get ahead, but carries too much speed into the first corner. and loses out big time there at the back there, slotting home into 4th place for the moment. Losing out big time on that starting position there, and look at the guys coming through the field now. Very close grid to start with, means Joker and Wrighton improve their positions to 2nd and 3rd. Joker starting in 4th place, slotting that McGann straight to the inside and managing to take into 2nd place and putting a lot of pressure on Rob in these early stages of the race. Ooh, as you can see in the background there, the Ferrari's just going slightly on the sand there. You really don't want to upset any of these Ferraris. They will snap at any moment. Joker really applying pressure to Rob on these early stages, but Rob is on the harder of the 2 compounds. Joker on the softer of the 2 compounds. Will he try to make a move into the hairpin? Rob shuts the door, doesn't allow any room for Joker to pass. And you can see how slidey these guys are here for the moment. And look at the amount of grip that Joker has compared to Rob during this first lap. You can see Hippie in the background there, managing to move up to 7th place. Good start from him, managing to pass a couple of people on the starting lap. And he's also on the medium tyres in this stage of the race. But look at how close this mid-pack is here. We have Wrighton in 3rd, Kazi in 4th, and Jack just behind them, really putting pressure on these 2 Ferraris in 5th place. All these guys on the medium set of tyres, so they are battling for position now. But look at the straight line speed of that Ferrari compared to the Porsche. Will Kazi think of putting a move on the inside of Wrighton here? Late on the brakes from the both of them. It's like Wrighton manages to stick it around the outside of Kazi. He's got the inside of the next corner, but Kazi doesn't quite have the nose in front that time around, and Jack is looking to capitalise. Moving to the outside of Kazi. Goes for the cutback. Jack slots it up the inside. Kazi goes a bit wide, but has the traction on the exit of the corner. Kazi has the inside line to defend into the next corner and manages to keep his position for now. Great battling from these 2. But that has allowed the rest of the field to catch up a bit and stay with the pack now. Jack getting a better run through the tight S's there. Porsche looks very, very good on these sets of medium tyres here compared to the Ferraris. Looks a lot more stable. You can see it has a bit more grip going into the corners. Looks like Kazi overextends his welcome there. Just managed to get enough grip on the outside of the track, surprisingly. The medium tyres not suiting the Ferraris' likings at the moment, and you can see the Meganes and Porsches around them are managing to keep up with them very well at the moment. Just does not seem like there is much grip in them Ferraris at the moment. You can see all these guys just battling for position now. You see that Joker in the lead by almost a second, just maybe managing to break the slipstream of Rob behind him. This is where Joker needs to be to make this strategy work. He needs to be out in front on them set of soft tyres. And just extend his lead here. You can see how much time he gains through them first few corners there on the sets of soft tyres, and look at how much time he's gaining through there. Goes a bit wide of the 3rd corner though, loses a bit of time to Rob behind him, but I'm sure he can make that up from the rest of the lap. Let's have a quick check behind now as JD now manages to get past Jack. Let's see if we can have a replay of that to see what happened in the first corner. Not quite. See all of these guys still very much close together and battling for position here. JD is the only one of these guys that is on the soft compounder tyres, so he will have much more speed through this section of the track. Ooh, we can see Kazi there just having a good run out of that corner there. Thinks better of it though. Does go a bit wide because of that. Look at this pack of 4 though, incredibly close for the moment. Ooh, both Ferraris just going a bit deep into the corner there, bit of understeer from the pair of them. Wrighton and Kazi going at it. Kazi's on the outside of the corner. Will Wrighton be able to keep his line into the next ones? As Jack looks to overtaking JD behind him as well. Kazi's still on the outside of the corner. These guys are going to have to allow each other room. No room to go at all. Incredible racing from these guys as they go through the final chicane. And Kazi dives into the pits to get off their medium tyres and get out of this pack. Kazi may be opting for the two-stop strategy here at Catalunya today. This will put him at the back of the pack. But look at Jack on the inside now, trying to challenge for Foxy. Ooh, looks like there's maybe a bit of a contact there between Wrighton and JD, as JD almost looks to stop dead in the middle of one of them corners. And is now a second behind Wrighton here. Let's see if he manages to catch up. As you can see, Jack and Foxy battling behind. Jack is having the inside line into this next corner. Jack just going up the inside. Foxy looking for the cut back, but doesn't look like he has the grip this time around. Jack defending well on the inside of the next corner. Manages to make it stick for the moment, but again, Foxy maybe just having a bit of a run out the corner, but no, Jack manages to keep his position for now. Great battling for these guys, and you can see Gad behind him sneaking his way up into 7th place, but he is on the softer compound of tyres right in the middle of this pack. You can see JD up in front now, moving on the inside of Wrighton. Will the McGann have the straight line speed and acceleration to keep ahead of that Ferrari on the back straight? It does for now, and keeps his position in 3rd place. Now crucially, will we see any of these guys dive into the pits anytime soon? Ooh, bit of a moment for Wrighton there, as he hits a little bit too much of the curb and sends his back end right away out of there. But manages to keep it together and keeps his 4th place for the meantime. A long line of cars on this pit straight. No moves made into these first couple corners. Jack in 5th place, really trying to push that Porsche. He might just need to calm it down a little bit there, maybe preserve some of these tyres. Oh, but look at Foxy there, he goes wide out of the 3rd corner. It looks like Gad's looking to try and have a move on the inside of him here. Gad capitalising on the mistakes of Foxy, who just got a bit overzealous in the 3rd corner and didn't quite manage to recover. Gad now moves into 6th place here. An excellent start from Gad, and looks to really want to push this advantage here. As you can see, Jack and Wrighton battling now. Jack managing to get the cut back on Wrighton there. Let's have a quick replay to see what happened there. And it does not seem like my replay button wants to work today, unfortunately. Another thing that has went wrong, but never mind that. We have too much battling to focus on at the moment. Gad is now putting the pressure on Wrighton. And look at the extra grip that Porsche has, managing to take Wrighton into the tight hairpin. Managing to keep his position there, defending well into the next section of corners. Not sure why it isn't working today. That button seems to work, but not the replays. Have to fact check that as the first drivers pull into the pits there. Gemini on a set of soft tyres, pulling into the pits there. Foxy and Hippie behind him also pulling into the pits, and the first of these guys, apart from Kazi, who's now sitting in 7th place and hopefully trying to catch back up to the rest of this pack. It's the only one to make pits here. And looks like Joker has not managed to pull out much of an advantage on Rob here. But look at the tyres compared to the two of them. Joker's soft tyres really going the distance here, and he's really managing that car well, and and they are only slightly worse than Rob's tyres behind him. Excellent job from Joker here, and Rob is going to have to put in a real shift to try and catch him. But he's doing good work at the moment and will have the advantage on the later stint. Good job, Rob here. His teammate Jack currently sitting in 4th place, with Gad and Wrighton now battling behind. He's managed to claw out a bit of a gap to these guys behind. And is one of the other guys to start on the medium tyres. Through the last chicane, excellent line there from Jack, managing to pull out a good advantage over Gad and right behind him now as he powers on down the pit straight and sets his personal fastest lap of the race. Really good job from Jack here early on, and is not managing to lose the guys in front too much, but Joker and Rob have really extended their advantage in this early stages of the races, as we now are almost at the halfway mark. Check further back in the field. So you see Wrighton now in 6th place and Kazi just slowly approaching on them newer set of soft tyres. Managing to gain time through these first sectors here. Let's have a quick check back down in the field. You can see a tight pack developing here for Hippie, Gemini and Sean here, with Foxy behind them in 13th place as well. Foxy not managing to capitalise on his good start so far, but he is on the softer of the 2 compounded tyres. If you give us once, I honestly couldn't tell you, Arthur. I'll have a quick check actually. View event settings, times 6. Tyre wear is times 6, Arthur. It differs race on race. So you can see Kazi now really managing to catch up to the back of Wrighton. Kazi being on fresher, softer compounds of tyres should hopefully have no problem of dispatching Wrighton here. He will probably want to wait to the pit straight though. He has a good run coming out of the final couple of corners here. And look at the amount of grip that he has coming off into this pit straight now. Kazi pulls to the inside. I don't think Wrighton will have much of a defence against it. Kazi moves ahead of Wrighton now. Good battling between these guys so far. As you can see, is the Wrighton really, the medium tyres really starting to go off in these Ferraris now. And now might be the correct time to pit for these Ferraris that are opting for the one-stop strategy. They will still have 7 laps to complete on their set of soft tyres after this. Now would be the best time to pit, I believe. So you can see Kazi in front now, just hunting down Gad, who is in front of him as well, and look at the state of Gad's tyres in this stage of the race. You may as well be driving around with blocks of ice. Now is definitely the time to pit for Gad. You can see how much time he's losing to the guys behind him here because of the state of his tyres. But he does want to be on their mediums for as little time as possible here. And Joker, our leader, now pulls into the pits as well as Rob. Looks like Rob has managed to save a little bit more fuel compared to Joker. And Gad pulls into the pits as well. Where will these guys appear? Jack opts to stay out on these medium tyres, opting to go for one more lap. And where does Joker come out? And Joker comes out ahead on these medium set of tyres. But, crucially, he has not put in any fuel. So maybe Joker is opting for the 2-stop here. It might work out for him. Kazi now inherits 3rd place, but he will definitely have to stop as well. So he will be pitting for a fresh set of soft tyres and fuel as well. But he is 8.5 seconds behind Joker in this scenario. We'll have to see how that develops later on. Rocket Man behind him as well will also need a pit again at some point. But look at Rob now. Rob is only a couple seconds behind them, and he's already got fresh sets of tyres and enough fuel to last him until the end of this race. Joker and Rob really pulling out all the stops here. And the question is, will Joker have a comeback to the guys around him? It will be a long pit stop for Joker. Let's see where he comes out in front. Does Joker come in on this lap? He does. He goes 1 lap on the medium set of tyres and he is in. As some of the guys come around the final corner now, Jack comes into the pits for his one and only pit stop. Kazi comes into the pits as well as Rocket Man. Where is Rob going to come out? How far in front will he be? As a bunch of the other guys, Racer as well, also coming into the fray there. Where will these guys come out? Rob has already passed the pit lane and is 7 seconds in front of Hippie. Where will the rest of these guys appear? There is Joker in the background, and it looks like he comes out in 6th place. You can see Gard in the background there, who's managed to jump Jack in the pits. And these guys have a hell of a battle. See Jack just quickly passing Gard there on the softer set of tyres. Gard looks to be in trouble here. He is on a fresh set of mediums, but all the other guys around him are on fresh sets of soft tyres here. And you can see Gemini now, who will also need a pit this lap, as well as Hippie in 2nd place. But looks like Rob has played this one to perfection at this point. The one-stop strategy really what he needed. He's shown the pace so far, and the one-stop strategy was definitely looked to be the right call for Mr. Robot Chameleon, as he is now 9 seconds in front of 2nd place, and he does not need to pit again. An excellent job by Rob this time around. JD also, who will not need to pit in for the rest of this race, is looking in a very nice position here, as he will inherit 2nd place as Hippie now pulls into the pits, and Gemini behind him also pulling into the pits now for both tyres and fuel. Joker will now inherit 3rd place, and Foxy right behind him will inherit 4th. Although we can see the tyre wear on Foxy's Megane nowhere near as good as the guys around him, and it's going to be a battle of the Meganes for 3rd place here. Jack inheriting 5th place at the moment, Wrighton in 6th place in a huge battle here for 6th place. Wrighton managing to get past Gard. Ooh, is he big slide from Gard there. We can see in the background there Rocket Man managing to make a move on Gard as well, as Kazi and Rocket Man both passed Gard on their softer compound of tyres. You're not wrong, Matt, you are definitely not wrong, and he is really flexing his muscles here today, as he has done many times in the season so far, and he's running away with it at the moment. Let's have a quick check back up front. Joker now trying to catch JD. Look at the closing speed of that McGann behind him there. The soft tyres really working to the McGann's advantage here today. And you can see the pace of Joker now all over the back of JD now. And Foxy not far behind. Foxy does have enough fuel to go the entire length of this race, but will his tyres last out that long? He is in the McGann. They do last a very long time, but will it be enough? That is the question. And you can see how much Jack is now in hot pursuit of all of these guys here. Brighton and Kazi not far behind, was bringing Rocketman with them. Kazi moving to the inside of Brighton on the pit straight. Brighton quite late on the brakes there, managing to keep the inside line to the next corner. Ooh, bit of contact between the two. Kazi maintains his inside line. And Kazi manages to get past Brighton. Good moves by both parts. And Kazi just coming out on top in this scenario. Rocketman just behind him now. Brighton just going a bit wide out of the chicanes. Can Rocketman take advantage of this? Potentially overtake its teammates and potentially push on to the rest of the pack here. So you can see Joker now still just maintaining his lead over JD and is now pushing on just to try and maintain that gap, as Rob has now opened up his advantage to 13 seconds. Amazing job from Rob here at Catalunya, and Foxy now looks to capitalise by being on the softer but more worn compound of tyre. Let's see who has the grip to the rest of this section here. Foxy does have the slipstream. JD pulls to the inside. And look at this, guys. Jack in a bit of no man's land here, maintaining the gap to the cars behind him, but also not managing to have pace to quite catch the guys up quick enough. He was 5 seconds behind on the last lap, and it is closing quickly, but will it be enough to catch them before the end of this race? A battle for 6th behind them as well. Kazi just leading this small pack of Ferraris here, Brighton in 7th place and Rocketman behind them in 8th. As Brighton goes a bit wide there, Rocketman not managing to capitalise so far. He will want to try and pass Brighton here, as he is on the fresher, softer set of compounds. That's my mistake, they are all on soft compounded tyres, but Rocketman's are looking a bit fresher here today. And these guys aren't managing to catch Jack ahead of them as much as they would like. The Ferrari's not really the car to be in for this track today, as the McGanns and Porsches really seem to be running the show at the moment. Let's have a quick look further back in the field. Is there any other battles swinging around the field? It has opened up a bit in these latter stages of the race. See some of these guys making their way into the last sections now. As I said at the start of the race, the strategy is key at this track, and you can really see some of the strategies that were on show today. So you can can see the pack still there at the moment. Wrighton still in the slipstream of Kazi, Rocket Man still in the slipstream of Wrighton. Any of these guys want to let each other go, and any one mistake for these guys could smell the end of these guys' race. Ooh, Wrighton just going really wide, just maybe tucking a bit too hard into the slipstream of Kazi there. Ooh, Wrighton man, ooh, late move from Wrighton to try and go up the inside there. I think he just got a bit too late on his brakes there, and the Ferrari really not looking stable on these tyres at the moment, and Rocket Man manages to get him on the inside corner, and now Rocket Man is in pursuit of Kazi in front of him. I think Wrighton just got a bit too late on his brakes there, going into the right hander there. We can see Rocket Man with an excellent run in that hairpin there, managing to shave off some time from Kazi in front of him. This is going to be an excellent last lap battle for these guys here, as Kazi just goes wide again of the corner, just losing little bits of time to Rocket Man. Rocket Man looks for a move up the inside, thinks better of it though, and maybe just wants to get a good run out of this final chicane onto the pit straight. And Rocket Man well in the slipstream of Kazi. Will he be able to challenge him into the first corner, I wonder? Kazi going very defensive into the first corner. Rocket Man, who's going to have the better brakes? Ooh, Rocket Man sliding into the braking zone there, coming into the apex. Oh, but look at Rocket Man on the inside of Kazi. Kazi goes a bit wide of the corner and that allows Rocket Man to sneak up the inside. Rocket Man still has the inside into the next sector. Ooh, Rocket Man a bit late on the brakes and Kazi gets the cut back. Excellent racing from these guys. Rocket Man just going a bit too deep into the corner, and Kazi manages to slip back up the inside. Look at the run out of that corner from Rocket Man though. These two not giving each other an inch now, as they come into the S's. Rocket Man again just having a bit better run out of some of these corners here. Can he replicate this on the back straight? And he does. He is in the slipstream, but will he be close enough? He's not quite close enough coming into the hairpin. Ooh, but they both go a bit wide in the braking zone. Rocket Man not managing to capitalise. As we see Rob now coming across the line in an epic fashion, 10 seconds in front of Joker behind him. But let's watch this battle to the end now. Kazi takes an inside line. Ooh, Rocket Man just looks to get a bit too wild into the braking zone, and that looks to be his challenge over. Kazi manages to maintain his 6th place as the rest of the guys come across the line. Foxy in 4th, Jack in 5th, Kazi coming across the line in 6th place. Very well fought alongside Rocket Man there in 7th, Wrighton his teammate in 8th. Guard just managed to hold off Hippie at the end to take home 9th place. Racer coming across the line, just managing to pip Jay Lassamon 11th and 12th. An excellent race by all these guys. Congratulations, Rob, very well done. Excellent strategy from you again, and yes, really good show from yourself. Didn't manage to quite catch Joker and JD, who came across the line in 2nd and 3rd place. Excellent showing for JD, who came from lower down in the grid to come back and take that last podium spot, and an excellent job from Foxy to recover into 4th place as well. Fastest lap and clean race from Mr. Rob C, doing what he does best. An excellent show from himself there. Let's have a quick rundown of them results yet again. Rob C coming across the line and taking first position there, 10 seconds ahead of Joker. An excellent strategy and an excellent clean race overall from Rob yet again in that Porsche, showing why he is one of the best in the business, coming home with the fastest lap as well with a 1:51.26 there. Joker in second place. A good strategy from him, manages to keep his second place this time around in that Megane, and a really excellent race from him. JD, again, great strategy from him, managing to take home third place, and an excellent job from him coming a little bit further back in the field and managing to still take that third position in the Megane. And Foxy in the other Megane as well, managing to come from a bit further behind yet again as well to take fourth place. Jack, Rob's teammate, means they have a very good showing this time around in both of them Porsches, the top two Porsches in the field this time around. And the first of the Ferraris, Kazi, in an epic battle with both Rocketman and Wrighton at the end, managing to take home 6th place, Rocketman in 7th, Wrighton in 8th. Gad not managing to make his strategy work quite as well, and the tyres just dying on both stints at the end, maybe a little too much on the soft tyres for the first stint, and he comes across in 9th. Hippie in 10th place, not managing to work that Ferrari quite as well as he did last time out at Monza. Racer in 11th, Gemini not managing to make his strategy work in 12th either, very close to race at the end, and Sean in 13th place there. Apparently I can't save any replays. Let's have a quick check of that, shall we? I'm guessing my files are too full again. Well, if somebody wouldn't mind saving the replay of the last race, whoever was in that, and sharing it, and we can have a look at the end of the sprint race here. Hardy ha, Sean, hardy ha. You know what I've never mentioned about Sean before? It's the fact that he's so funny, isn't he? He's so funny. Ah, oh, bless him. Really good battles from all of you guys here today, and you seem to have broke the chat at the moment as I can't see any other messages in chat. Let's have a quick look to see if I can rectify that. Yep, completely clean race, I think, in my opinion. There didn't look to be any incidents whatsoever. Lovely clean racing by all of you guys here today, and it's great to see. But again, if anybody wants to save that replay and upload it, that would be much appreciated, as I don't seem to have any memory left in the GT Sport library or whatever, I think, so. Really good show overall, some excellent racing and really good shows there. And the sprint race will be even more competitive. To see how the Ferraris perform. in the sprint race when tyre wear is not provided. I believe it is called, I believe it is Guinness Lounge, but I'm probably wrong about that, so don't quote me. But anyway, how are you guys all today? It is a glorious Saturday for most of us after all. And lo and behold, it is actually sunny and blue skies outside today, which is very nice to see considering the entire week has been nothing but grey skies and rain, with a bit of snow and frost thrown in. So that is very nice to see at the weekend. As we see these guys thunder around the track. Oh, you got snow today, Sean? I mean, of course. It was very light snow today from us, and it's pretty much all gone now, so. Well, so far a good show from all the JLR guys. Really good show from all these guys at the moment. Saying that as JD comes across the line to set the fastest lap of the practice session so far, with Foxy just behind him by 7 thousandths of a second. It's going to be very close between some of these guys here today. Lovely little pack developing here. Looks like we are ready to go racing here once again for the sprint race. And just to remind you guys, it will be only 5 laps around Catalunya this time. Does the replay button want to work for me today? I don't think the replay button wants to work for me today at all, unfortunately. Really unfortunate. All the other buttons seem to want to work. Oh well. See JD improving his time there. Somebody I was really impressed with in that first race was Jack. Did seem to set a very good pace early on during the race. Unfortunately, he didn't quite manage to catch them McGanns at the end. Let's see what position he can come back from in the sprint race here. As the final begins, let's get ready to go. We do have a rolling start for all of these sprint races here. Who will have the awful start positions? Looks like Gad will be able to clear the first chicane, but who will be the one to start on the chicanes? Looks like Jack. Oh, looks like Foxy, and behind all the unfortunate ones in this scenario. Look at how much time there is compared, dropped for people who start in the chicane there. And you can see Gemini really going on the attack early doors. Maybe trying to make a move on the inside of Sean there, battling into the first corner. Sean goes a bit wide into the third corner there. Gemini managed to sneak through on the inside. Will Racer manage to capitalise as well? As Hippie in the background now looks to capitalise on that as well. Gemini breaks hard into the next sector. Racer on the inside of Sean. Hippie looking to capitalise as well. Racer manages to pass Sean now. Hippie managing to get a good run on Sean there, as well as Hippie now slots into third place. As the battle for first continues, let's have a quick check back down the field. Rocket Man trying to move up the inside of Gad. During this early stage of the race, looks like Gad wants to try and have a bit of a cutback. Managed to get past both Rocket Man and Wrighton there. Will he maintain that in the next couple of corners? Wrighton has the inside line into the last sector. Wrighton still has the inside line and keeps his position for the meantime. You see in front just a bit of waving there for all of these guys. Looks like Wrighton has managed to get the jump on Sean on this pit straight. And looks like the guys behind him now have also managed to catch him now. Gad moving on the inside of Sean, as well as Rocket Man just managing to squeak up the inside of Sean as well. Just managing to keep his place against Rocket Man there. Rocket Man just applying the pressure. Oh, his guard just goes a bit wide out of the corner. Maybe a tiny bit of contact from Wrighton there. Kazi now is in the fray. Kazi now moves up the inside of Gad. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Kazi's back end slips out a bit. But everything manages to maintain it. As Kazi drops back there, but look at the gap that he's now managed to sort out, as there's a battle into the hairpin there. Looks like there might have been a slight bit of contact between the guys there. Gad just coming out the edge of it. Look at this pack here. The Sean is now on the inside, just managing to keep it clean around this section. Careful guys coming into the last few corners here. Make sure to give each other room. And how the guys managed to negotiate that one, I have no idea. Gad maintains his position in 6th place, Sean in 7th, Kazi in 8th, and Jack just behind them, as well as Foxy, JD and Rob. Excellent racing here by all of these guys, and there's too much to keep track of here, as now the battle for first is still available, as well as Gemini in the bright pink Porsche in front, trying to fend off Racer and Hippie here. As you can see, the gap still maintaining behind him, and it's going to be 3 wide. Look at the gap look at the battle behind, 3 wide going into the second sector. Foxy on the inside of Rob. Both Rob managing to take JD, and Rob on the inside of Foxy now. Will he manage to get the breaking point right? He does. Does Foxy have the traction to maintain on the outside? No, he doesn't. Gard looks to have gone a bit wide in that corner and drops back down into 9th place. But look at the pack here. Sean just maintaining. Ooh, goes a bit too... turns in a bit too quickly into that one, Sean. Unfortunately, just goes on the grass and has an awful run out of that corner. Rob challenging Gard now as Joker comes in the inside. Catastrophe there going into the hairpin. Joker really getting lost on his brakes there and falls back down the pack there. Joker just getting a bit, his braking point a little too wrong there, and unfortunately ends up taking out a few of the guys. Really unfortunate there. As Gard looks to have missed his braking point coming into the chicane there. Is a bit slow on the exit and Rob manages to pull on through. Good sportsmanship from Joker there as there's 3 wide coming into the first corner. Ooh, looks like there's a bit of a sandwich there as Wrighton looks to get through. Ooh, bit of contact there between Racer and Wrighton as well. Ooh, and Wrighton goes off the track there and Wrighton's in the wall. Disaster for Wrighton there. And Gemini now pulls into first place, who was on the inside of Racer. Action all over the place here. Really unfortunate for Wrighton there, and he's now back in 8th place and in amongst the battle of the rest of the guys here. Rob now moving to the inside of Wrighton. Gard also on the inside of Wrighton now. Does Wrighton have the speed there? He gets a bit boxed out by the rest of these guys. There is nowhere to go and he gets pushed off by Gard as well. Unfortunately comes back to the track and chaos at the back as well as Gard goes wide off the track. Really unfortunate there for a lot of these guys, including Wrighton. Gard looks to have been caught in the fray there as well. As the battle for first still rages on, Rocket Man looks to... Ooh, bit of contact there between Rocket Man and Kazi. I think Rocket Man is just letting... Kazi looks to see if he can try and take back Rocket Man on this main straight. Looks like Rocket Man just lost it a bit there. Kazi trying to move up to the inside. Oh, Kazi, and another battle happening between these 2 racers here today. Jack just looking to claim any scraps now. Kazi moves to the inside of Rocket Man. Does he challenge? Look at Rocket Man just managing to keep a move on the outside there. Kazi still on the inside line now. Kazi just managing to keep the position ahead of Rocket Man. Great battling here once again from these guys. And look at the battle for in front as well. Gemini still holding on to that first place ahead of Racer and Hippie. So much action all over the field now. Kazi just maintaining that 4th place now, just opening up a little bit of a gap to the guys behind him. Jack goes a bit wide coming through the fast right-hander. Foxy has the slipstream but is on the outside of the corner coming into the hairpin. Jax overshoots his brake points. Ooh, Jack pulls off to the side there. Good sportsmanship from Jack, realising he just overshot his braking point just a little bit there and allows Foxy and Rocket Man back through, but unfortunately Rocket Man loses out of place to Foxy, who now maintains 5th place as they come to the final chicane here. Will there be any changes as they come across the line? Coming into the final corner, who will be able to take it? And it looks like Jay for Razor's Edge Racing coming across the line there. Racer in 2nd, Hippie in 3rd, Callie in 4th, Foxy in 5th, Rocket Man in 6th, Jack in 7th, Rob in 8th, JD in 9th, Ryan in 10th. Unfortunate after his battles were the field Gard in 11th, Sean in 12th, and Joker unfortunately coming in 13th there. Wow! That was spectacular, to say the very least. And Jay finally getting that win he deserved a couple of weeks ago. Finally getting his first win on the board, defending valiantly. And a great show by all these guys here. Wow, what a race. So let's have a quick rundown of them final results as well. Incredible battling throughout the entire pack there. There was not one moment that there wasn't action on track there at all. Hey JD buddy, glad you enjoyed it, and good racing from you today as well. And could not agree more, Sean. If I'm perfectly honest, there was action in the entire field from first to last there. A couple of mistakes here and there, but cannot fault that for an instant. Jay finally coming across the line with his first win, I believe, of the season, finally, after missing out just only a couple of weeks ago. Coming across the line in first place in that Porsche. Racer in the Ferrari coming in second place and fought valiantly right to the very end. An incredibly close finish between first, second and third for Hippie in third place, as 0.3 of a second separated himself and Racer and Gemini there. Great stuff. Kazi just losing out on that final step of the podium, very close coming across the line, battled through its way through the entire field there and managed to secure fourth place. Foxy with a really good run at the end as well, managing to secure another very high finishing position from himself, securing fifth place in the sprint race as well, to go along with a very good finish from the feature. Rocket Man coming in sixth place. A very, very tight battle between him and some of the rest of the guys there. Jack in seventh place. Rob in eighth, just managing to claim a few positions at the end there to add to his feature race win. JD coming across the line in ninth place and also managing to take fastest lap of the race on the final lap there. Great stuff from JD. Ryan unfortunately just getting involved in a couple of incidents there. He was battling for the lead of the race at one point. Really unfortunate for him to see him down in 10th place at the end of that. Gad, same with him. Unfortunately ends up in 11th place just after a couple of instances there. Sean in 12th place, unfortunately not managing to maintain his position from the start of the field there, but still involved in every single battle almost throughout the entire field, so great stuff from him. And unfortunately Joker does not manage to replicate his good second place from the feature race, and unfortunately finishes in 13th place there. Right, let's just all take a breath after that one. And out. Right, okay. All sorted. Let's just process what of all of that racing that's just happened there. Because that was great. That was really, really good racing from all of you guys here today. And you're right, Jay, Porsche weekend. Rob in the first race winning in the Porsche, yourself winning in the second race. Very good racing by all today. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened to Wrighton, to be honest. I think there was just a bit of contact going through that third corner there, and he unfortunately just ended up going a bit wide, but I will check the replays to see that they have been shared. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at that, shall we? So with that, let's have a look at these replays, shall we? So let's have a quick check in here to see if they are already up. They are. Thank you to Foxy for uploading these, and I believe... let's just have a look at this one, shall we? I imagine this should be the feature, but if it isn't, we're going to look at it anyway. But really, really good stuff from all you guys today. And that is why I love commentating over this series, because you get racing like that. Whew, wow. Much quicker loading times than before, I will say. This might be the sprint race, but I'm not sure. Question is, which one is it? I would love to, Jack, but the timing doesn't work out for me. I wouldn't be able to commentate over the full thing, unfortunately. I was going to suggest that, since it doesn't have a commentator at the moment, I was going to suggest that for that. Oh, it is the sprint race. Never mind. We'll just have a recap of the sprint race then. Why not first? We're doing it differently. We're doing the sprint race. And recap on all of the action that we just saw there. So let's have a view from Jack first of all. Didn't even get a countdown there. But you can see the amount of time difference between the people that started on the chicane and the people that don't. But let's have a quick check back up front. You can see Jay just going into the first corner there. Just managing to have that closing speed on the McGann in the slipstream. Yeah, I saw Jack. Excellent close racing by all of you guys here today. Best view in the house, really. Really good start from all these guys. It was very spaced out towards the back. It was mainly from the front of the field where we had the battles. As you can see, I mean, look at that from Kazi's perspective. The battling that's going up on in front. It almost looks 3 wide coming into this hairpin now. As you can see, right in front. And look at the move from Gard here, though. Coming from well far back and managing to slot up the inside of right in there. Let's have a quick look back at that. Challenging both of these guys. Well in the brakes there, just had to cut a little bit more of the hairpin, but doesn't get quite as good an exit as Wrighton. And Wrighton just manages to maintain the grip a little bit better around that section compared to Gad, and takes that position away from there. But still, excellent race by all these guys here. And we all know how difficult it is coming into this last section there of the chicane there. Great run by Wrighton there. You can see how much of a run he gets on Sean that's in front of him. Pulls to the side almost immediately. Look at the speed of these guys compared to that McGann. McGann without slipstream really suffering on a straight line, and the Porsche tearing past him. And you can see the battle in front literally goes on for the entire race, which is excellent to see. Let's skip a little bit further ahead now. Good driving by Rocketman there though, just to get well out of Gad's way as he just... Ooh, was a bit of contact. Was there any bit of contact there? There was. Nothing too much Rocketman could have done about that one. Gad just gets a little bit wide coming out the exit of that. Kazi is just a bit better on the brakes. I don't think Rocketman quite sees that coming. No, clean nonetheless. Good stuff. Good sportsmanship by Kazi though. Acknowledging that. But look at that pack. This was chaos for a short time. Let's just have a quick look back at that, shall we? So you can see from Gad's view here. Jack was just on the inside then, didn't quite manage to have enough space there. How you guys managed to make it through here, like, unscathed is beyond me. Oh, Jack just gets a bit left out to dry there. Yeah, it was unfortunate timing, Gazzy, I think. Unfortunate timing. But then, even with slipstream, McGann just doesn't gain at all on Gad. That's how slow it is in a straight line. Excellent around the corners, but shocking everywhere else. This thing looks at a straight. And look at this battle from behind here. 3 wide coming into the first sector there. So you can see at this point Foxy is in 11th place. He's in like 10th, 11th place coming through this entire sector. Rob makes a move up the inside. Gets into 10th place. What's happened here? Did Gad just... Yeah, the Porsche just got sideways. Yeah, a bit of just overcorrection there on Gad's part and ends up just losing out because of it. That was the real incident. Just a teeny tiny mistake from Sean there. Just goes a little bit wrong. But this is the... Ooh. Well, yeah, really unfortunately, I think Joker just gets too hot into the braking zone. I don't think he quite realised that he was that hot on the brakes there. He does move out of everybody's way. Good sportsmanship from Joker there, but yeah, really unfortunate for yourself there, Rob. And then he just gets it a bit on the sand there. Really unfortunate, Joker. Well stuck at it though, and it definitely doesn't take away from your fantastic second place in the feature race. Hello. But then that puts Foxy up into 8th place. Now let's see what happened up in front here. because this is where it kicked off a little bit here. So this is Wrighton. So Wrighton has a good run into the first corner. Oh, it's 3 wide coming into the first corner. Racer gets pushed a bit wide. I don't think Wrighton sees him coming back on to the track. Oh, and Wrighton just gets closed off. Wrighton just gets a bit closed off just going into that third corner. Still had that nose in front. Yeah, there was nowhere to go. Unfortunate for Wrighton there, and unfortunate for yourself there, Wrighton. Just had nowhere to go past that point. Just had a bit of held it well through the first corner. Had the run on the second. I don't think wasn't the best rejoin by a racer, but then there was just no space. Unfortunate for yourself there, Wrighton. You really should have had a better result than that one. Let's move it back up in front to see what happened behind. And Jay just manages to get a run on the inside. Look at Hippie right behind him as well, how close it was between them two. Hippie just backs out of the corner. Yeah, and Gemini inherits back his third place. You definitely had the pace for Wrighton. Definitely had the pace. You had some electric pace in that sprint race. It's really unfortunate to see that, buddy. Was this the one where everything went wrong with that as well? Yeah, what happened here? So obviously Wrighton got caught here because off of that turn. Rob goes to the outside. Wrighton comes back. A little bit of a late break from Wrighton, but fair enough. He goes defensive. Goes back to the outside. Nowhere for Rob to really go. So what happens here? Oh, Gad just gets a bit... I thought that's what it looked like, to be honest. So Gad just gets a bit too much on the inside there. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Gad. That's nice. My controller just stopped working there for a second. Yeah, Gad just gets a bit too much on the inside of that chicane, hits off Wrighton, and Wrighton unfortunately just can't control it, and unfortunately comes back onto the track in an odd position there, but that's more of a racing incident, I think. Yeah, you're not wrong, you're not wrong, Rob, you're not wrong. Let's have a quick fast forward to the rest of this race though. As this battle developed on the final lap. Kazi just has the overspeed, takes the inside line. Both hit the braking point nicely. Rocketman still has the grip on the outside. Now really good battling between these two in both the sprint and the feature race. Like excellent battling between the two of these. very close between all these guys. You know, Kazi just gets it a little bit wrong into the sand. Look what happened here. I think Jack just missed at this braking point. Look, you can see Foxy on the inside there. Yeah, Jack just gets a little hot into the braking zone and just taps Rocket Man. Fair credit to you though, Jack. Good sportsmanship from yourself, and just pulls over to the outside of the track to let them both back through. Good sportsmanship from yourself. Foxy wins out of that exchange though as well, and he manages to move up into 5th place. Look how close it was in the front pack at the end though. So we've got a look at this across the line. We haven't looked at the feature race yet, Hippie, so we'll get onto that. Look at how close it was between all these guys at the end. Jay coming across the line, Racer in 2nd, Hippie almost managing to pip him in the 3rd place, but good job by all of them guys there. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And now we shall move on to the feature race. Let's have a quick play of that, shall we? Why am I on the sprint race again? I swear I didn't choose that one last time. So that's the one I didn't do last time, but that's the one I've just clicked. Has Foxy uploaded the same replay twice? I believe Foxy has uploaded the same replay twice. Yeah, I've clicked on both of them, Hippie, and I wasn't able to save any of them, Jack, but I believe Foxy has uploaded 2 sprint races. Unfortunate, but I think we covered the main one, to be honest. Don't worry too much about it. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, don't worry too much about it. Yeah, and with that, as we actually, funnily enough, see Gr4 McGann roaming around the screen. Looks a lot better like that. No, it's fine. We'll just leave the sprint. We'll leave the feature race. we'll just leave the feature race from today. It was a great race, unfortunately, but we won't be able to cover that. I will 100% make sure I have enough space cleared for next week, so then we can view both replays. It's because I've done this like the last few times, where when I've went to see the replays, but all of the replays from like the other weeks I don't end up deleting, so I end up just accruing more and more replays of like the races and stuff. So that's my fault, but I'll make sure to delete some stuff and get it back for next week. But with that, I believe that takes us to the end of the stream. Actually, I want to have a quick check in here, actually. Oh, why not? So yes, with that we come to the end of another round, of round 6 of the GR4 Cup. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching once again. There was some amazing action today out on track. Excellent clean racing from all you guys here today. Really could not fault it for an instant. And yeah, I don't think there's really much more that anything else needs to be said about that, to be honest. Just excellent racing by every single person today, and I think it really showed. And with that, I shall leave you with the sponsor of GRT, with GameAware. That's right, I'm not forgetting it this time. Thank you very much to GameAware for sponsoring this. As always, if you want to have some high quality merch, then check it out. We have a link in the description of the stream where you can go check that out. And if you use the codes, let's have a quick check. I can never remember the code. But if you check in the About section of our Discord, there will be a link to a code for GameAware where you can get 10% off of all of your orders from GameAware. And as an added bonus to us, when using that code, 10% of them profits head straight directly back to us at GRT. So thank you very much for GameAware for sponsoring us, and hopefully many more times to come. And with that, I'm not sure what the agenda is for tonight. We'll probably be streaming something else, but I could not for the life of you tell you what it is. But we'll probably be doing something nonetheless. And if we don't do anything else, oh, actually, I take that back, because we have GR3 League starting tonight. As I remembered that. We have GR3 League. Sean will be hosting that tonight. We have GR3 League. Don't know if that's going to be streamed as of yet. I will have to back check that. But that will be starting tonight. And we shall all look forward to that as well. And if not that, then we shall see you for the next round of the SF19 GRT Season 5 Cup that is also going on at the moment, tomorrow or Sunday at 9 PM GRT time. And with that, that shall be all for today's stream. Thank you very much for watching once again this round of the GR4 League, and we will see you all very soon. Catch you later, guys.